Hi everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on when you watch this video and where you are at in the world. Welcome to my new channel, and this channel I opened it up with the hopes that I can share my journey, my recovery journey in mental illness, and I can share the coping mechanisms that I have learned and discuss effects of medication on according to my perspective, my personal experience. I would like to start off to say that any videos or blogs or whatever that are out there are not meant as a replacement for your own therapy and your own recovery journey. I encourage you, if you are having suicidal thoughts or tendencies, or are overall experiencing high anxiety or depression, or any type of symptoms in the mental health realm, to please get help. The more you delay it, the more difficult it becomes, and the more dangerous it is. There's a huge stigma surrounding it, and it keeps people from getting the help that they need. So please, if you are experiencing these symptoms, please call the crisis hotline, and I will have the number nationwide in the description box, and they will, talk to you and connect you with whatever help you need and give you the advice that you need. There's also my tongue is tied today. I'm on a new medication, and I don't know if it's the medication, just started it last night, that has me kind of fuzzy today, and I can't get my words together. But you could always call your local hospital and talk to them, or walk into the ER and tell them that you are having suicidal thoughts or ideologies, or that you are in a crisis, and they will help you. So with that being said, I wanted to talk about myself just a little bit, so that you guys can get a little bit familiar with what I'm dealing with and what I am doing. Many years ago, I was in my early 20s. I was diagnosed with major depression. Well, back then, which was, I'm going to tell you about, 19, 20 years ago. The mental health profession, it was definitely not as advanced as it is now. And one of the medications that I was given to treat my condition was lithium. What lithium did to me was cause me to gain an enormous amount of weight in a very short period of time. And I am still struggling to get that weight off till today. So I am not a big fan of lithium. And when I went into the treatment this time around, one of the medications that came up for me to try was lithium, and I shuddered and I said, no. I recently lost about 35 pounds, and it was a struggle to lose them, and I'm still struggling. I feel like I've gained a little back through all of this, but I'm like, no, I can't, because that all it does is add to my anxiety and to my being depressed. So the doctor helped me. So I was in my therapy for about 3 weeks without medication, because he gave me a medication. It was prazosin hydrochloride, and it's a capsule, and it's antihypertensive. and it's usually used for treating high blood pressure. Now, I take Losartan. It's a blood pressure medication, but my blood pressure is only usually slightly elevated, so it's not like a huge problem. But so he ordered this medication, and the first night I took it, and I felt like I was gonna die. The bad thing about psychiatry is that it's a trial and error kind of thing. No one medication is gonna work for everybody. You just have to keep trying and see which one fits for you. So I took it, and how it affected me was that I woke up in the middle of the night. Yeah, I fell asleep fast because that's my major issue, that I have trouble sleeping. I'm staying asleep. So I woke up in the middle of the night to go to the restroom, and I felt like the walls were like just breathing, and the room was twisting, and I was dizzy, and I felt nauseous, and I couldn't hear anything except for this boom, 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 boom in my ears, and my heartbeat was like on a loudspeaker. It was horrible. Needless to say, I didn't take the medication again, and I saw my doctor a few days after that, and I described to him, and he was shocked because, that usually doesn't happen with these patients, and it turns out I'm just like hypersensitive to my medication. I don't do well with medication, especially high dosages, which that was a very low dose. That's the common dose that people get started on. So I went another week without medication because he ordered then a sleeping pill, Lunesta, and turns out my insurance won't cover it because, of course, they don't see it as a medical necessity or whatnot. Don't know. But Lunesta was a great option because when I'm rested, I am able to cope with the symptoms of the depression and the anxiety. Problem is that where I'm not rested, then a whole new set of symptoms arises, and I'm not able to cope as well. So I couldn't get the Lunesta, so he prescribed a new medication, and it's the Klonopin. And the Klonopin, I remember taking it way back when I was first diagnosed also, because after the lithium, I started getting sick and gaining the weight. I got off it, and then they prescribed a couple of other ones. I don't remember right now what the names were, and then finally we got to the Klonopin, and I remember the Klonopin working for me. So I took it last night, but since I was already traumatized from the other medication, I only took half of the tablet. I had discussed this with my doctor, and he agreed that because of my sensitivity, that if I felt comfortable doing that, I could do that, and I could build my system up to, the whole tablet. So that's what I'm doing, and I slept pretty good last night. I did not wake up in the middle of the night. It worked well for me. Now, the reason why also he prescribed that medication is because even though I have always suffered from panic attacks, they have never come as severe or as frequent as it's happening now. And being in group in that, the conclusion we have come to is that somehow my childhood traumas have been triggered. I have recently faced losses with the death of my little sister. She had cancer, and she had been battling for 3 years. And that I coped and I grieved, and even though it's difficult day by day, but I can understand that that's out of my control, and there's nothing I could do about it. Unfortunately, I wish my sister was still here and that I could talk to her, and that I so need her advice with so many things that are going on, the reality is that she's in a better place. I know this for a fact because of my Christian beliefs. I believe that she is in a better place, and that one day, God willing, I will be with her again. But the losses that I'm talking about are the losses of family members who, because of my lack of trust, because of my communication problems, I no longer have them in my life. And some of these people from my family were key in my life. I mean, it helped my mental health just to know that they were there and that I thought I could count on them for support and encouragement. So when I lost this huge bulk of family in such a short period of time, it triggered emotional trauma from my childhood. And I struggle with abandonment issues, and I struggle with trust issues. So my doctor said that I was suffering from what is known as PTSD. And what is happening with the PTSD is that I'm being awoken in the middle of the night with panic attacks. I might go to bed not thinking about nothing but that I'm tired and I just want to get rest, and I'll wake up in the middle of the night with horrendous panic attacks for no reason. Or I'll be in my craft room like I am now, and I'll be crafting, and all of a sudden I start getting symptoms of a panic attack. It's something that I cannot control. I'm learning how to recognize the symptoms, and before it turns into a full-blown panic attack, I'm able to use coping mechanisms to talk me down from them and help me. But this is a long road. I've come to terms with it. It's a long road. It takes time. Like with everything, it takes practice. I have to learn how to retrain my brain to understand that I am not in danger, because my fight or flight instincts are turned on 24/7, and I'm having trouble knowing how to turn it off. I feel like I'm in danger all the time. So, it has been a rough road, and I know a lot of you struggle with similar things, with the depression and anxiety, PTSD. You have bipolar, schizophrenia. You have borderline personality disorder. You have OCD and all of the phobias that come into play with that in that group. I mean, the list is huge. And there's so much research out there. But I just wanted to do this intro video pretty much to give you a little bit background about me. So if you are interested, that you can continue to follow me on this journey on what I've been learning, and I will be bringing information that I've been given and information that I've researched for myself. I will put links in my videos to resources for you guys that can help you, online resources, whenever possible, phone numbers and things like that, so that I think coupled together with medical care and therapy, you can be well-rounded. It'll help you. I know this is going to help me in my journey documenting this, because I came into therapy this summer and I'm mad. I'm angry because I'm tired of the stigma. I'm tired of the way people look at mental health. It's like, ooh, that's something to be embarrassed about, or that's a shameful topic. Like, I asked for it. I went in, like, they were offering in a clinic free depression shots or free anxiety shots. Oh, buy one, get one free, bonus panic attacks if you come in today. And I went and was first in line to receive this. No. If I could with one snap of my finger, take this all away, I would do it. If there was one thing that could work to take this away, I would do it. But unfortunately, that's not the reality. I have been for years. Okay, my whole entire life, I have experienced depression. I remember as a child, being 6, 7 years old, wishing I could die. That is, that is not something that children at that age are thinking about. But I did not know how to deal with the trauma that had happened to me in my life over and over and over again. I had a terribly traumatic childhood, and it's not that I want to live in the past, and it's not that I haven't forgiven, because I have. I understand that there is mental illness in my family, and unfortunately, they're in denial, and they have hurt me, and they have hurt me terribly, and I feel bad for them. I really do, and I pray that one day they can get help for themselves, but I have to take responsibility for my part. I cannot do anything for them. But anyway, I'm going to end this video now. I thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me on my journey and on my new page, and for your support. And I really pray and hope that this will help at least one person out there. But I'm going to tell you, don't stay quiet. The worst thing that we can do is stay quiet. All it does is feed the shame and the stigma. So help me end stigma, and let's fight this thing together. Okay, so you guys have a great day, great afternoon, great night, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you for joining me.